What does that mean?
Means that I was a prophet once again. Alright, so today's project is a transmission transfer case in this, like a 93 or 4
like that.
Blazer. It's been straight axled. It's been some places. And we're gonna put a doubler in it. So what this is a 203 and a 205 hooked together with an off-road design doubler kit. So it's gonna give him lots of low gears, which are gonna make this way better. We'll do a little, so people know the pile that we're working on.
Pile? Did he say pile?
That's right. All right, we're about to get the tranny out of it. All the stock stuff's coming out. We'll start putting some aftermarket good stuff in it. All right, so transmission is out. We got it out of here, transfer case. It's all out here. It's the old original stuff sitting there. So on to the new, but we got to paint it first, so it's gonna be a minute. Make it pretty. And then we can put it together and find out if it doesn't fit.
Doesn't fit? Why would you say that?
You guys may be getting more paint on each other than you're getting onto the transmission.
So how long have I started building this thing, what, 8 years ago? 10?
Probably is when I built my Dakota is when you built this.
A lot of you viewers out there have wondered how you get Paul to work on your equipment. But the only reason I can get him to work on this is because I have the black book. I've known him since he was younger than a teenager. I was his scout leader, and I've learned all the stuff that Paul's done that he doesn't want anybody to know. And I'm going to hold that in reserve for the next time that I need my stuff worked on.
So 2013, JD gave me a whole bundle of rebar, well maybe more than that, to do my rebar, and he helped me pour the cement, and I told him that I would work on this. Well, he's had this set up for like 13 years and never put it in. But we're going to the Rubicon the end of the month, and he wants to go, so here I am working on it.
So I bought this at a wrecked car auction with the intent to take the motor and tranny out and use it for parts. Well, a year after I bought it, my brother and I bought it, and my nephews decided that they wanted to drive it around. It had been rolled, so the cab was all kinked over. So they took a Sawzall and cut everything off. Cab, doors, windshield. The tallest thing on this thing was the steering wheel. And we started driving it around, and it was a blast. We had a great time because we didn't worry about hurting it. It was already destroyed, so we took it all kinds of places that we'd have never taken anything that we liked. And then we decided that it'd be nice to have a cab. So my brother took a pickup cab, cut it off, and welded it back in so that we had the windshield that fits. And so it's a standard Chevy cab back to here, and then a regular Blazer from the rest of it. And then it's just kind of evolved into a rock crawler, and I've taken it to Moab, had it up on Canaan Mountain without a roll cage.
That's sketch. Does it have a name?
It's the Blazer.
I mean, it's not like Frankenstein or anything like that?
No, I'm hurt. Paul calls it a pile.
Well,
Piece
it's like
of
a
crap.
whole bunch of different things.
And you're calling it Frankenstein.
That's because Frankensteins are built out of a whole bunch of different
I'm
things.
hurt.
It's bottomed out.
No, don't be telling me that.
What does that mean?
Means that I was a prophet once again. Then we can put it together and find out if it doesn't fit. It's got the wrong tail shaft in it.
So can you fix it?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like we tear the transmission apart and put the right tail shaft in it.
JD's a transmissionist.
We're gonna jump on the old interweb here and see what we gotta do. But at least it's paint and sticky right now.
I know. So we can be all sticky and nice.
Yeah.
But I showed up down to the shop to film for a minute. That's really all that matters, right?
That is all that matters. Dang it, I just put silicone on that too. We'll roll this over here and let it dry, because we can't do anything about it.
We'll let it sit there and think about what it's done.
It's not been good, that's for sure.
Which one, the tranny or that thing?
The transmission. What's the problem is this
Hold on a
tail
second.
shaft.
Is this the transfer case? And that's the transmission.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
Good job. So this
I'm
tail
getting better.
shaft is 1.5 inches too long. So we're gonna deal with that. I'm gonna wash my hands, get on the interweb and see what one we need. Output shaft goes in a 700R to 203 transfer case. Hey, look. There's the shaft you need from Advanced Adapters. I ain't even gonna have one. Wah, wah, wah. It's short.
So, how did you build that?
Well, it was a shaft out of a 2-wheel drive, and I cut it off.
So it was all you've done is shorten it.
I shortened it.
But this one's got a gap in there, right there.
Yes,
Okay.
So basically, Paul just saved the day.
maybe. What the heck? It doesn't look right.
That doesn't have a gear on the end.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if I've saved the day or not.
So now what's the plan?
Well, we're moving all my stuff. JD's taking over my shop. We're gonna tear his tranny apart and see if we can fix his tail shaft.
We're gonna steal parts out of his so we can fix mine.
That's not true.
That ain't gonna happen, huh?
I like him just fine, but not that good.
And how does that make you feel?
If I had feel bads, it'd hurt them, but I don't have any.
Okay, we're gonna roll that over here. Okay, yeah, he just barely painted her.
Hey, you should have warned me.
We'll give the paint a chance to dry here.
I'll fix it for you.
Yeah. All right, so we got our new shaft. See, there's a big difference. This is the new one, way shorter, so it's gonna work now. Everything's gonna be good. I just gotta reassemble this thing, and we'll be done. But we're getting closer on this. JD's got front bumper all put in it. I got a helper down here today. He's just helping me eat my food, basically.
Yeah.
He's got rock sliders all painted. We got this transmission buttoned up. It's done. That's the cute little shaft we needed. So we're gonna start assembling, get it put in. Hopefully this is the last time we're doing this.
So, right there's where we want shift cables to kind of hold to go up through.
Yep.
That's all we need to know about it.
That's all we gotta know.
Okay.
And how wide they are, but you can measure that.
Yeah.
Okay, now we gotta install some seals.
Oh no, we don't put seals in until after.
Seals and yokes. They look right. Not sure this has had a seal in it for a while. We're getting closer all the time. Alright, so transmission is all put together. This is what we got going on. This is the 203 out of a full-time transfer case for a mid-80s Chevy stuff. And then this is a Ford 205 back here. So we've modified the shift rails in it so you can get front wheel dig, rear wheel dig, and then should give him 6-to-1 with all this combination. Like 2-to-1, 3.5-to-1, and 6-to-1. So he'll be able to crawl.
Okay, tip it.
Which way?
this way, just kind of push it in a little. Ouch. That's blood. The real live rat stuff. Okay, I got one left, and then we got to put all the accessories that go on. Alright, so now I got to try to get all these wires that go on those studs I just barely put in. And then we can figure out a transmission mount. Couple tranny cooler lines now. We'll be in business here. Okay, just like that. We got this thing in. Now we'll make us a mount and it'll be good.
What are you doing?
Tearing old shifters out of here so we can get this one up into place. Put this
I
up.
was still hooking up the linkage on it, but
You are happy with that, JD?
He's gonna have to be.
do I have a choice? Do I have a choice whether I'm happy or not? My transmission is going in. Why wouldn't I be happy?
And then what do you have to do?
Well, we gotta build a cross member, then we gotta build drive lines, and then we gotta put oil in it and see if it really works. This is the first one I ever built. 4L60.
Uh-oh.
So
Oh,
he's
yeah.
100%. He has never built one that hasn't worked.
That's a true story. Until this afternoon.
Hey Dad, which way does the bolt go to get out? Does it go this way?
Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So what we need to do is cut this off exactly the width of the frame. Then we'll build some flat plates that bolt to the bottom of here. Set that down on it, weld it to it. Build one that welds off the bottom of that. Then we're gonna build one that'll angle over to here and over to there, and then put something across it, tie it all together.
Do you concur with that?
I concur.
That's how it's gonna be. We'll start building. If you went 19 inches,
I don't think you got that much here.
how much do I have there?
15, 17 and a quarter.
Okay, cut that in half. We are getting closer. Trying to figure if I got enough parts to make a drive line for this thing right now. I gotta find a piece of driveline tube that size with a 1350 U-joint in it.
All right, so what are you doing, JD?
Putting in a little oil, 90 weight gear lube. They'll last longer if you put oil in them.
So what are you gonna do?
I haven't figured that out yet. I'm still figuring. My figure is still figuring.
So, yeah.
Big gulps, eh?
See you later.
JD doesn't even know what that
JD,
is.
do you not know what movie that is?
Nope.
Dumb
Big
and
gulps, huh?
Dumber.
Well, see you later. Nothing?
Nothing.
How about Mockingbird? Yeah.
That's Dumb and Dumber, but I don't remember the big gulp part from Dumb and Dumber.
That's
He walks out of
same
7-Eleven and there's two big guys standing there drinking.
Big
He's
gulps,
like,
huh?
Big gulps,
All right.
well, see you later.
See you later.
It's the stupidest show I've ever seen. I loved every second of
I
it.
know.
Doesn't seem to be level in there. Or your frame's bent. One of the two.
My frame
That might have been when
has
it
been
crashed.
rolled.
Yeah. Because it's like significant. This side's an inch up. This side's touching. And it's flat across there. Inch or
I
not.
maybe we want a half-inch space on both sides. And
Yeah. Probably so up here. But we need one more of those, whatever you made that one.
40 and a half.
I need another one of those.
Okay,
We
so-
probably ought to get these holes drilled and bolted.
Okay, I can do that.
And then once that back one's in, we'll weld these front ones. It's gonna come down once I get this welded. It should level out.
Okay, but yeah, because we want this to be
Exactly.
in the same spot.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put it straight across the back of that. Jack this up flush, weld it in. Then I'm gonna let it down. It should set on that, and life should be good. And then we'll put these ones in between these two, tie them together on either side of this, and then we'll figure out the spacer that we need to go in here, weld that all in, weld it across the front of there, and you're mounted. And then you can put a roll or a skid plate straight up to the bottom of that. Make a little outcropping for that. Have to cut a little tiny hole in it for that thing to stick through. And maybe just cut that off. And you'll be flat bottomed basically.
You're really close.
Yeah, you should be able to skid over any rock we can drag you over.
Drag me over?
Alright. Real life threads right there.
We had to fix my mill so that we could do a little machining on the tail housing so that our speedometer sensor would fit in and seal up tight.
Alright, this is what we've been doing for the last little while. We had to build this gear, well, we machined it to fit, and then put this speedometer sensor in there so that his transmission will see that input and shift properly. Alright, so I got this thing whipped today. That is my transfer case mount. Got it all handled, ties in 2 places. Hoop for the drive line to pass through. Got to build some drive lines. Well, rear one we don't have stuff for the front one, but I'm gonna build some rear one, and I am done.
I bet I can't get
All right, it's test drive day. We got this thing done, and we're driving it out. Let's do it. Now we just need to fill it shift. Oh yeah, hitting in this thing. Your window's a bit dirty.
Just a
The
little
whole
bit.
thing's a bit dirty.
Yeah.
Been sitting way too long.
He's gonna paint it so we can scratch it up real nice on the trim. Seems to shift good. Speedometer's working. Kind of like we knew what we were doing even though we didn't.
Paul invited us to go on the Rubicon with him, and so we pulled it out of the dust, and we've just installed a doubler on the transfer case, new transmission.
She's mint. She's ready.
Oh, he's painting it, don't you worry.
You're painting it?
It's got to be pretty for the camera.
What?
But it's super capable. It has all the right parts where you need them, so.
It's about to not be ugly, apparently. So are you excited to go to the Rubicon, guys?
If we were leaving tomorrow, it'd be okay.
Are you nervous that it's gonna
No.
break down?
No, not at all.
Chevy.
I got
Chevys
Paul.
don't break down.
Yeah, it's been sitting for 4 years. All we did was hook up a battery,
And it started right up.
Nice.
All right, so truck's built. We took it on test drive. The test is probably going to be the Rubicon. We don't have much time before we go, so California, 1,000 miles away, we'll test it.
It's gonna be grand.
It's either going to work or we're dragging it home. One of the two.
Or leaving it there.
Yeah, one of them.